Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there. Welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. So we did 2 Patreon exclusives in the last 24 hours. This was the Dark Control System Can't Stop What Is Happening. And then we just did this one. Caution, this exposes everything. Everything, proceed with caution. Yeah, absolutely. Lots of stuff going on in these times. Again, you can join the Patreon family for as little as $1 a month, actually 90 cents a month when you pay for a year in advance. And we've kept it at the $1 level to join the Patreon family. There are other tiers as well. And, you know, this is crazy. What the heck is this? It looks like there's a orb or UFO. I don't know. Is it abducting a cow? What does it have there?
You know, it's definitely has something encapsulated in the ether. That's really interesting there.
Well, when I initially saw it, honestly, I thought, well, they're probably grabbing a cow because they're going to create more grays, as they use cow DNA, amongst other things, to create grays, those gray aliens that we see. There are actually many different species of grays. But seriously, this kind of hits me as Twister when the cow goes by in that old movie Twister. You can't be surprised at anything that you're going to see up in the sky at this point in time. Meanwhile, nationwide ground stop for all, what's this? American Airlines. Yeah, they're grounding flights nationwide. What is going on? Does it have anything to do with that? What's really going on here? Does it have anything to do with this? Video of a UFO chasing a passenger plane captured at LaGuardia. It appears it's having fun, teasing around the airliner, and people are watching it. And yeah, they do say some expletive deletives. Otherwise, I would play the soundtrack. But the reality is, what is going on? Oh, man. You know, Cliff High, for instance, who did say there was going to be an alien invasion, or what looked like an alien invasion is actually what he said. He was right. I mean, you can't deny it. He was right. He saw some strange events going on with UAPs, UFOs. Yeah, some drones, some not. And he was accurate. Now, he uses, again, his predictive programming, his web bots, which were made famous going all the way back to 9/11. And so I've seen also where some are attributing a statement to him. I haven't verified it for myself yet, that he is saying disclosures imminent early this year. And it wouldn't surprise us at all, because that is exactly kind of what we're getting.
Well, we are getting information that there is kind of a situation where there's a forced hand, that disclosure has to happen. So I think it's about getting as many people as possible emotionally and spiritually prepared, because it's those people who have been denying this all along, who have been saying, no, there's no such thing, no such thing. They're the ones who, I mean, could really, really have problems. I mean, think about it. These emotions inside of us, when your belief system or your paradigm is completely shattered, it can leave you speechless. And I can speak from, you know, my own awakening. Things that I saw, things that I experienced were jaw-dropping. Luckily enough, I had enough perceptive ability. I could go in and look at the situation and see deeper. But if I was blocked off of that perceptive ability, it would be earth-shattering. And there's a lot of processing that needs to go on after something like that happens. And it can take years for that processing to occur. It's not an easy thing. So our family members who've been looking at us, telling us we're crazy, they're probably going to need some help. And we really need to be bigger and be there for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those that have been following us for years ago, Cindy had gotten that there will be no airplanes flying from city to city in the future. And this is something we didn't necessarily understand. We didn't know why. But you would see UAPs, you would see drones, but you wouldn't see airplane flights loaded with humans. So, this is, again, maybe this is going to be just the norm for the future going ahead.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the children that I channeled a while back, having an understanding of what's going to be going on in approximately 2055. They said that there would be no airplanes in the air, and we've seen many glimpses that there's not going to be airplanes in the air. Not too long ago, certain people were, bad things happened to them because they were trying to talk about, hey, these planes are being messed with. This is not a good thing. And oops, all of a sudden they're silenced. So, and now we have this going on. Well, this could be something that they're pretending that it's an outside force, and the government saying, oh, we have no control. We have to ground the planes. So yes, at the time of the channeling, no, I had no understanding of what that was going to look like or how this was going to occur. But twice now we've seen two ways where the controllers, they're trying to put the ball in their court to keep people from traveling. This is not good.
No, absolutely. And this, is obviously Christmas Eve. A lot of people want to get to a certain spot to be with friends and family. Here you have a unusual situation. Santa Cruz Pier, a huge 150-foot portion of the pier floating away and going underwater at the same time there, certain parts of it. What happened here? Was it just basically the ocean swells? They talked about waves up to 60 feet tall. That possibly could do it. Crazy times. Now, some sources say people were missing when this happened as well. And Cindy says she remembers walking on that pier many times.
Yeah, I've been out to that pier, been fishing off that pier. Seemed pretty solid to me. So when I tapped into what had happened here, I felt a huge disruption of the water. So, I feel, personal opinion, I think this somehow was deliberate. And I can't explain how, just like I can't explain how the technologies that they have are inner sky, but they do have technologies that do things that are beyond our understanding. And I felt a huge disruption in the water that created this. So this is definitely not good too.
Absolutely. And then when we look over here, the Eiffel Tower was evacuated Christmas Eve as it went up in flames. What the heck? Lots of symbolism going on, I do feel. Evacuation of 1,200 visitors. These are very unusual times. There's a boat that explodes over here. This is in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And people were injured in this explosion. What happened here? Was it just some bizarre attack from maybe something relating to drugs, or was this something way more bizarre? Again, with all these UAPs, drones, orbs in the air, it just makes everybody a lot more tense and be looking at different things that are occurring in different ways. So dozens of bystanders rushed to the scene as the incident unfolded. The explosion left 5 people injured, 3 of whom sustained serious injuries, 2 minor injuries. The sources confirmed that a search operation is underway for a 6th person missing in the water. Meanwhile, these crazy radiation spikes, or apparent spikes, this is something that the maker of this map, for developmental purposes only, has put all over this, because people are looking at these numbers. And so there's now disclaimers, and this is on every little section because obviously they're worried about getting sued or something. Look at this number. 7424. Again, it was stated that 300 CPM is what caused, the evacuation of the Chernobyl area. This is 7424. This is more than 20 times that. And this right here is, let's see where it's centered, pretty close to Munich, I think. Yeah, it's centered around Munich, Germany. And it's a massive spike if it's accurate. Is it accurate? I don't know. This is what the numbers are saying. That's huge. And that type of spike, if it was real, you would only have to be in that area for a very little time, before you might end up showing the effects of that, perhaps as little as a day. And I've been watching this spike. It's been up there for quite a while, since we got up this morning. When we look at this map, that is by far the biggest. There's been spikes around London that ebbs and flows. Right now, 128 again to the northwest of London seems to be the biggest reading. There's some readings that come in from the same places that are curious, like this one way up here in Canada. As you see, this one, 266, this exact same area had a spike before, and it's not really a heavily populated area. Yes, Fort St. John area. So what's causing this? Are these just glitches? Are these the UAPs? Are these the drones? North Dakota, here you see another spike, 223. And this one is the biggest one in the U.S. This is over the Wichita area in Arkansas. As you see, pretty close to Little Rock in reality. Hot Springs Village. A beautiful area. Definitely a vacation spot. But not right now, because you just don't know if this is real. That's kind of like with everything in this world. Is it real? Is this real? What's up with this? Interesting. This is another close-up of another UAP up in the sky. There's so many of them. So many of them appear to be pure energy. Other ones appear to be very, very mechanical. And they're all over the entire world. And there's lots of this type of footage coming through too. So it almost looks like there's a war of the worlds going on. This is from December 16th. What's really going on up there? Again, we've gotten that there is a interdimensional, intergalactic war that has been ongoing, the entire time we've been incarnated, that's for sure. And I think we're just starting to see the reality that's been there, just hidden.
Yeah, and we're seeing it in layers, different layers. So now you have these things, and I really do believe that there's a lot of angst going on between those who are trying to help us humans and those who are trying to control humans. There's a huge tug of war going on, and that makes our ability to discern extremely, extremely important.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, 1561, 1565, there were a series of sky battles that were documented in history with very similar objects, some that seem mechanical, others that seem pure energy. Here you have that Russian cargo ship, actually ships, plural, as there's been 3 different ones put down. I did find it interesting, though, that one of them was called the Ursa Major, which is the Big Bear constellation. And, of course, Russian bear. There's a lot of symbolism. Obviously, we make really good notes on the symbolic side of things, as rituals and symbolism seems to be that which the dark side absolutely keeps track of.
Yeah, this is a big mess.
It is. I mean, there's very, very obvious reasons for certain things to happen. As you're looking here, talking about different sea routes and obviously the commerce side of things. One thing that the Polish psychic Christoph picked up on was some time after April, he expects the big crash to come, the big financial crash to come sometime after April, but during this year. And also he expects BRICS to be issuing their own currency, and also the United States to change currencies. Here you see people in Kuala Lumpur knowing that there's something in that cloud, that cloud is just not natural and normal.
No, and this continues on and on and on. We have one of their more used technologies has been blending in with the clouds. But now, since they are in a place where they're starting to show themselves, we can see more and more what this looked like when they were, supposedly secret. I've gotten plenty of pictures from people who send me pictures of the clouds above them, and you can feel, you don't have to see it, you could feel what was in there. But now this is more of a deliberate effort to show people like, hey, here we are.
Yeah, absolutely. And now maybe it changes people's minds a little bit when it comes to Moses leading them by a cloud during the day and then a pillar of fire at night. Mm-hmm. I mean, people have always wondered about Ezekiel's wheels, and now we've seen UAP that looks just like Ezekiel's wheels. There's so many of these out there. Just take your pick. They come in all different shapes and sizes. You see a lot of similar ones and then some very, very unique ones as well. It is truly a time of awakening. We are no longer in the dark age. This is one over North Carolina that you would almost swear, okay, this has to be CGI. But it's so blurry and it almost feels like it might very well be real. And if it is triangular, then we obviously know it's one of ours. But again, often ours are manned by Homo sapiens in the military, in the military service, working with grays and reptilians. That's part of the big reveal. I don't think we're going to see a negative alien invasion per se, because the negative ones have been here controlling this reality the whole time. So I do think the ones we're seeing are trying to wake us up. This is over Cincinnati, Ohio, and this is exactly what we saw over Chicago. So, again, it's the same sort of things going on time and time and time again. Oh, this was just that Ursa Major, the Great Bear constellation in the northern sky. It's has 7 stars, which are part of which make up the Big Dipper, I should say. So, again, symbolism is key, making note of that. Meanwhile, Mount Ruang in Indonesia erupts. Absolutely, it's going to have a big impact again on the climate, more than cow farts. That's just part of the reality. It's all about what the system uses as a means to an end. Meanwhile, Russia is alleging the U.S. is doing biowarfare expansion in Africa as, part of the great reveal here. And you have Elon showing his Starship flights in 2025. They're going to be so awesome, he says. Going to be wicked. Nice choice of words there, Elon. As the ships come and the ships go. And, again, so do all sorts of beings here on Earth.
Right. Keep an eye on the skies when they are showing star patterns. Now is a really good time to understand your star patterns and know which planets and which areas look like what, because our star family, they are going to try to talk to us in that manner, and many times they are not able to get close to us because there is a vibrational discrepancy that could actually create havoc or create harm in our bodies if we're not ready to be close to that high vibration. But what they can do is they can send messages from far away, and they can maybe put a stamp on the sky saying, okay, this is our star system. So it's a good time to be studying those stars.
Yes, as you know, people all over are enjoying the holiday season, the solstice. This is in Estonia, Tallinn, Estonia. Absolutely beautiful. Looks like a winter wonderland. Looks like Santa's workshop. And yeah, Weather Santa was really truly a marketing ploy by Coca-Cola. Again, there's so much that goes back in time that has been twisted and distorted. Yeah, Santa's ready. Oh yeah, part of the great reveal. And I don't think that UAP was hauling Rudolph off somewhere. But you never know. You know, it could be a reason why flying reindeer and Santa Claus go hand in hand. And look at these two going fin and fin, flipper and flipper, flipper and flipper, off to enjoy their time together.
Source bless and namaste.
Namaste.